All right, I'm in Michigan. That's right, Shelby Township, Michigan. Yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, yeah, you know, yeah, you know, yeah, yeah, you know. Was that a fucking song? Sorry, text message. Fuck me, right? Just kill me. Yeah, I'm in Michigan. I had my birthday celebration yesterday. That was April 20th. Yeah, don't get mad that my videos are like a couple months behind, right? You already heard my spiel. You don't care. Here's what I'm thinking about. I've thought this a lot of times. Just thought, I don't know if I could live here without, what's that? Just kidding. I don't know if I could live here without doing drugs and alcohol. And hold on, don't mistake me. Don't go thinking that I meant that it's so terrible to be here that I couldn't do it without some chemical assistance. That's not what I meant. Although, it does raise the question, doesn't it? You know, people, there's just a lot of it here, okay? Maybe, I feel like I wasn't around that much weed and alcohol when I lived in LA, although I probably was, in a way. No, I wasn't. I just wasn't around as many people in general, you know? But you come here, the state of Michigan, very different from when I used to live here, you know? And by the way, am I actually thinking of moving to Michigan? Well, I kind of always am, you know? I'm kind of always like in my mind just thinking like I should go buy a house up in fucking Imlay City or, you know, somewhere up north and go live, you know, have chickens, not to kill, just to hang out with, have chickens and goats. And can you see me doing that? Having chickens and goats to hang out with? Yeah. I'm not sure I can either. But, alright, was I looking over there? Maybe. Don't worry about it. What it is I just, you know, I'm around family here, I'm around people here. But forget about that for a second. The culture of, let's just say the suburbs surrounding Metro Detroit are very druggy. They just are. And I'm thinking specifically of weed and alcohol, okay? Which, those aren't drugs. Okay, good one. I'm not saying they're fucking bad for you. Sorry, let me turn this goddamn thing off, distracting me. I'm not saying they're gonna fucking land you in the loony bin, but they're drugs. Make no mistake, you know, anybody who's ever attended a AA or NA meeting can tell you alcohol is a drug. Not that they decide, but come on. It's a fucking minor mood altering chemical, and it's not like a subtle, neither of them are fucking subtle either. People are like, oh, they're subtle drugs. Do they even say that anymore? The weed is so fucking crazy now, right? But you're just around the weed here. You're in Michigan, you're in Shelby Township, Macomb. There's a lot of it, which I guess I never thought too much about, but man, there really is. There's a lot of weed. There's a lot of weed. And I guess there's a lot of drinking. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of liquor stores. See, when you live in Utah, I gotta say, those fucking puritanical Utahns, that's what you call someone who lives in Utah, a Utahn, they are kind of onto something with their rules about drugs and alcohol. And what I mean specifically is that there's, I want to say, one, possibly two liquor stores in the entire county I live in. And I can only think of one, quite honestly. But I think there's another one I've heard. What does that mean? To me, I'll tell you what it means for me. You're not thinking about it as much. You're not thinking, let me go buy a bottle, which is not something I've done in over 900 days anyhow. But you're not thinking, let me go get a bottle, you know. You're just not faced with it as much. And like even in the restaurants and then the bars, I do the air quotes on that because it's like fucking comical to even think of them as such, since there's only, I think, a total of 1, 2, 3 now. One's a bar, but it's wine and beer only. So anyhow, those puritanical Utahns basically have kind of hidden alcohol from your sight, okay? And to be honest, it kind of works. Like, I don't think about alcohol as much. I just don't, you know? get me around a bunch of open bottles of whiskey and I'm taking the drink and smelling it, sniffing it like it was cocaine, right? Sniffing. Well, you shouldn't do that. Shut the fuck up. Tell me what I should do. It smells good and it makes me want to drink it. And I probably like doing that, all right? But yeah, then the weed is a whole other thing. It's just like the weed. Michigan is a fucking weed state. They should rename it Weed Again. No one's laughing. I was going to do like an applause track in my mind after that joke, but I'm not going to make that much effort. But it's more than that. There's something about the suburbs, which I just got done talking to my mom about. She was calling my niece and my nephew city kids. And I was like, they're not city kids though. And she's like, what are they? And I was like, they're suburban kids. She was like, well, what's the difference? And I was like, well, a city kid wakes up and when they go out their door, they see city things, they hear city sounds, and they experience city people, okay? In the suburbs, you open your front door and you hear suburb sounds, you experience suburban things, and you see suburban people, if there are any. It's totally different. I didn't expand upon that for you, Mom, but I think you got my point. I think. Or maybe it's just been a while since you spent a lot of time in a city because they're just not the same. And I'm not talking about living in like Highland Park, Eagle Rock, Pasadena. Those are cities technically, and two of those three I just named are part of LA County, but that's not like living in downtown LA. It's just a totally different reality, you know? It's like a kid I'm just thinking of like my niece and nephew if they lived in like the Lower East Side or, you know, some fucking area of San Francisco where there's like somebody taking a shit in the doorway. One doorway down, there's a guy smoking crack. It's not the same. It just isn't, you know? But there's something here, and it could just... I'm driving down Van Dyke Avenue right now, by the way. There's something here, and it could, you know, it's specific to me probably. It's related to like my memories of living here. And, you know, I used to get high here a lot, drink here a lot. Although, to be fair, I really didn't discover drinking until I lived in New York and relapsed after 8 years of sobriety. That is to say, I didn't discover how much I liked drinking until then, and, you know, had my adventures being, you know, forays into alcoholism, more or less, which is not a term I like, alcoholic, drug addict, but sometimes you just got to use those terms because they fit best, you know? Oh, God, what is this now? A text, somebody trying to make me feel bad. I don't want that. Come on, you know? Make me feel bad? Look, and now I lost my train of thought. I shouldn't have fucking looked at the phone. It's my own goddamn fault. Yeah, but there's something about this place that just, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm not here, I'm not employed here. I don't know, it's like, and the vapes, the fucking vapes. Michigan is a vape-ass state. Do they have them in St. George, Utah? Yeah, obviously, they have them. But there's, you know, there's a couple gas stations that have them, and then there's the big vape shop, which is also the only, I'm not exaggerating, the only sex toy shop in town. All you ladies who go shopping for sex toys. Guys, you too. But it's just like the vapes are just like in your face, and there's so many fucking vape stores. See, without making some sort of commentary about the people here, or like who I know, or that's just the people you know, it's really you can't deny it. Anybody who lives here will tell you there is a proliferation of weed smoking, vaping, nicotine, and drinking. People fucking do all those things here. And again, I'm trying to say that without any judgment because I don't give a fuck what anybody else does. I truly don't. I mean that. I'm not just saying it. But somehow being here, it's just like the veil is so thin that I feel like I could just reach my hand in and all of a sudden put an alcohol drink in my mouth, or put a weed joint in my mouth, or what have you. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? And yeah, I'm living out in a little suburban enclave in the desert with a bunch of mostly senior citizens and drug traffickers and money launderers. But for some reason, it's this place just being here. You know what? I'm overselling it. The truth is, I'm sure it's got to do with my friends here, you know, who don't exist anymore virtually. They still, a couple do, but. And that I used to get high here. This is where I discovered marijuana. And now it's so interesting. It blew up so much, and I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't think I'm really accomplishing anything. I'm not reaching any kind of a point. But I just, you know, again, I'm always kind of thinking of moving back here. But when I do, I just think, I don't know if I can do it or would want, of course I can, but or would want to do it without just like plunging back into a full-blown drug and alcohol extravaganza. I don't know. There's certain, you can't deny this. I don't think there's certain areas and there's certain public sensibilities that encourage your encourage it. They seem to encourage or draw out bohemianism and drug use, and I don't know. Is that just me? Am I the only person who feels that? You know? What am I talking about? I had a good birthday, mostly. You know. I sat down at Camp Rotary by the creek, listened to the river, the creek rather. It's a river to me, but fucking beautiful. Had a good family party, got a really good massage. 90-minute massage, aka hour and a half. Now I'm just driving to Mount Clemens. Why? I don't know, I want to go walk around, you know? Alright, I guess I'm short on fucking juice today. I don't have a whole lot to say. Other than, well, you know what? I'm excited about this festival this weekend. What's it called? Astronomicon? They're all the same. At the end of the day, those fucking festivals are basically always the same. But they're usually the coolest thing going on that weekend. I mean, come on. What's cooler than a bunch of stupid ass shit with all the horror stuff and the horror celebrities and the booths with all the bullshit and the cool art and the creepy coolies, the creepy crawlies everywhere. It's fun. What, you don't like conventions? Oh, because you've been to too many. Oh, because you were promoting a movie and you went to one after another and you came to hate them. I understand. There is something I basically resent about convention culture. And that's more so the community of, sorry to say it, not particularly talented individuals who often populate the booths there. There, I said it. It's not meant to be mean. And also, I don't want to dismiss all the very talented people who are there promoting their actually cool things, of which, oh my god, that girl. Oh my god. She got kids. Of which there are many talented people there, and there's a lot of cool shit. But there's a lot of pretty lame shit. And it's, on one hand, I'm like, keep on making your stuff because it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It actually doesn't. I mean, modern music is not any indicator of that. Shout out to Sigrid, who's got the best music though, best modern music. That's S-I-G-R-I-D, Sigrid. Coolest thing I've heard in popular music since Mika or Azalea Banks. I'm skipping a few, but you know, those are the ones that really stand out. What the fuck stand out to me? So yeah, there's those conventions, right? Those horror cons, the con scene, the convention scene, the cosplay scene. That's just kind of true. I don't know if anybody ever says that. It's like some fucking really bad filmmaker who's not making things to be awesomely bad, because that's its own thing, right? Like Rock Bottom Pictures, you know them, right? You know those guys. Another convention staple. But their whole thing is like, we make awesomely bad movies. And they make really bad movies. I don't know if they're awesomely bad. You know what, to be fair, do you know what awesomely bad is? Of course you do, right? Troll 2 in The Room. The Room by Tommy Wiseau and Troll 2, right? Awesomely bad. Don't make me explain it. Go look it up. So awesome, so bad, it's awesome, okay? If you don't know what it is, I don't know what to say. But, so those guys are I don't think you can make awesomely bad movies intentionally. I mean, can you provide me with an exception of one? You know? Because the best awesomely bad movies were made on accident. Or they were not made to be bad, they were made to be good by people who just thought they were making something great and were really making some awful piece of trash. Thus, our sensibilities are tickled by it, you know? But no, there's guy. I remember, I'll never forget. There was some motherfucker there who's like, yeah, I worked in reality TV for a long time, and now I just started making movies. And he makes really shitty movies that he thinks are cool and good. And he rents the booth there, and ostensibly sells enough DVDs and merch to keep coming back and doing it, because he's always there. And when you buy something, which I have, he signs it for you without you asking. And it's like, to me, that's so fucking self-important and pretentious. It goes above and beyond like anything normal or casually acceptable in terms of an artist's personality. To me, maybe you fucking love it when you buy a DVD from some fucking nobody filmmaker and they sign it automatically for you without even asking. So I think that's kind of pitiful. I really do. And but again, there's cool shit there. And there's a few names I don't want to name, and they're not anybody who's even going to watch this. Not talking about you, Douglas Waltz. If there's any chance you're going to watch this, your shit is actually cool, and your whole, what's that magazine called? You had your zine. That was really neat, actually. And you're sort of a staple there, but you're not a booth guy. You know what I'm talking about, Douglas Waltz? I'm going to tag you and be like, I talk about you at 16 Minutes. I don't know, his shit was cool, and he's a cool, I don't know him that well, but he's cool, and he had a zine that was really interesting. But there's a couple, you heard me say it, the fucking booths, there's a couple, like, probably more than a couple of just lame boys. Oh, is that what I am now? Is that my position in life, that I'm picking something as obscure as horror conventions, fan cons, and I'm putting down the people who have the tables of not particularly good stuff? That's what I'm doing now? Now I am the joke. I am truly the joke. Good God, I thought I hit rock bottom of lameness, and then I pulled the trap door and I fell a little lower. It just doesn't get any lamer than that. Wow. Yeah, at the same time, I'm not saying that to elevate myself. And contrary to what your parents would like you to believe, people don't always call a spade or put something down for being shitty because they have a self-esteem problem. Sometimes, I mean, what is music criticism? What is art criticism? I mean, sometimes things suck and nobody's saying they suck, so you gotta be like, hello, it's me over here. Am I the only one that's observing that this thing sucks? I just want to say it. I just want to, what's that word? I just want to liberate all you individuals who are secretly thinking that this sucks and publicly say it. Anyhow, hey, look, I'm still going to the convention. I'm going Saturday for sure. I was like, had my finger on the thing. I was going to buy like a 3-day pass, and I was like, let's remember the truth. I'm only ever going to go for 1 day. I'm not going to come back again. I used to, but not now. I'm not going to go there, walk around, see all the booths, spend the time, drive back, and then on a different day come back. And I will say, the whole thing of the people who are friends with each other and get together, I do envy that. I absolutely do envy that they have a community of people that they're friends with. They have these parties. Some of them get laid. They get drunk as fuck. There's like there's like characters, like actual, like documented characters who go to these things, and like they're known. I want to say there's a lady who crushes a beer can in her pussy. And does that ring a bell to anybody? And there's a couple, it's its own thing, but I'm not going to be staying at the hotel and getting drunk with those people. Oh, look, with those people, let me rephrase it. There's no one I'd rather get drunk with than those people. I just mean I'm not going to be staying at a hotel and getting drunk. I want to get drunk. I'm a great drunk. You talk to some people, they'll say otherwise, because they don't like what happens when I get drunk. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I don't get angry. I get pretty wild, you know. Again, it's been a while. I think I'm due though. I think I'm headed for a relapse. All right. You know what? I'm about to hit the 20-minute mark. Thank you, Crystal Pasoda, for listening. Thank you, Ono, for listening. Thank you, Trent, for listening to the first 3 minutes. But I know you didn't make it this far. If you did, make fun of me though. That's funny. Thank you, the Bat. Thank you, my mom. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, Kent. Sometimes Kent Joseph. I don't know how to say your last name. I'm always bad at this. I'm always like skipping somebody and then feeling really bad that I skipped them. Fuck. Igor. Oh my God, Igor. See, sometimes I think of you first, and sometimes it takes me. All right, 20 minutes is up. I probably am not saying shit anymore. Deuces.